Morning San Antonio starts right now.
Right now, we're tracking late-breaking news on the northeast side of town as things turn deadly for a cyclist. San Antonio police say she was hit and killed near I-35 at Weidner.
Our traffic authority, Stephen Cavazos, has been staying on top of this story. He joins us now with the latest. And Stephen, what can you tell us?
Yeah, pretty grim morning, Mark and Stephanie. As we take a look here off 35 in Evans, things look pretty good further up north or US 9036. Things are looking good on our roadways right now. But let's go ahead and take you to the map where that situation did happen here. As you can see right now, based off what we're looking at, traffic moving a little bit slow. There is still image there off of our system. But let's go ahead and bring you to that map right now. A live look there on the scene off 35. Now, we do know San Antonio police had confirmed that a couple was riding their bikes and crossing Wurzbach Parkway at Weidner. Now, that's when the girlfriend was hit and killed by a driver who was taking his two children to school. Now, that driver did have a green light at the time of the accident, which was sometime around 6 this morning. Now, the woman that was killed is 39 years old. San Antonio police also telling us that the boyfriend of that woman was upset and even pulled out a machete on the driver. Now, another driver who had witnessed what had happened had a concealed handgun and attempted to defuse the situation. Thankfully, they were able to do so. Now, that driver, again, did have a green light at the time of that crash did occur. The woman that was 39. No charges are expected to be filed against the driver that did kill that woman. Unfortunately, the incident is still under investigation. You can see this is a live look right now from the area where that did happen. Traffic was backed up for quite a while there off Wurzbach Parkway. Again, this is a developing story. We are working to bring you more information as that does become available. But again, a 39-year-old cyclist was killed while she was crossing there off Weidner and near Wurzbach Parkway. Again, live look on the ground right now, working to get more information as it does become available. But of course, stay with us here at KSAT as we bring you the very latest on this developing story. Mark, Steph.
Also on KSAT.com. Stephen, thank you.
Let's look at today's 9 at 9.
Hospitalizations continue to rise in Bexar County. Only 6% of staffed hospital beds are available. Health officials say roughly 90% of COVID patients are unvaccinated. At least 40 Bexar County residents have died from COVID over the past 7 days.
SAISD is canceling 7 of its football scrimmages, instead choosing to give their students more time to get vaccinated. The school district is hoping to have a regular football season as scheduled.
Abortion rights advocates argued that the law bans what they say is the safest method of abortion for women in the second trimester of pregnancy.
The Oasis of Tulum, Mexico is preparing for a rough couple of days. Category 1 Hurricane Grace is barreling over the Yucatan Peninsula. Grace made landfall early this morning. At least 125 tourists have been evacuated from hotels in Tulum.
The White House announcing anyone serving people on Medicare or Medicaid are required to get a vaccine. If they don't, the facility that person works at could lose federal funding. The Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services says about 40% of workers are not vaccinated.
A British study finds protection against the Delta variant from the Pfizer and AstraZeneca COVID-19 vaccines weakens within 90 days after the second dose. The authors note 2 doses of either vaccine still gave at least the same level of protection as after getting a natural coronavirus infection.
T-Mobile now says hackers got a hold of personal information of well over 40 million people. The breach involves data like names, social security numbers, and driver's license information on current and former customers.
Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg will reveal a major company announcement this morning. Zuckerberg says he is focused on the metaverse, a futuristic and somewhat vague notion that involves augmented reality and new, yet to be imagined ways of connecting to one another via technology.
Old Navy promising an overhaul in how it offers women's clothing. Then I'll say prices will be the same no matter what the size, and every store will offer women's clothing in sizes 0 to 28 with no special sections. Those changes start tomorrow, and that's today's 9 at 9. Welcome back. It is Thursday morning. It is the 19th, and we've got some creepy crawly video for folks that are not necessarily snake fans. This is right out of Australia. Are you seeing this? The spice aisle just got a little spicier.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is happening in a grocery store. So like this Helena Alati was browsing that spice aisle of the Australian supermarket when she came face to face with the huge snake. So this is a 3-meter-long, non-venomous diamond python emerged through that space in the shelf above the spice jars.
For metric conversions, that would be a 10-foot-long snake, folks. She said it came within 8 inches of her own head.
And so this is what she says, and this is what makes it interesting, too. She says, thankfully, I have a background in snakes, so I was pretty calm about it. Definitely shocked me a little bit because I wasn't expecting it. So she actually she's caught snakes before. Yeah, she actually went home, retrieved her snake catching bag from her nearby home, and then came back and caught the snake, which by then had retreated back into a shelf. She then released it into some nearby woods. It's unclear how or when the snake entered the supermarket. Yeah, however, Alati said that she's trained to catch venomous snakes, and she was a volunteer working for the Sydney Wildlife Rescue Organization for several years. She suspected the snake was a male looking for a mate.
Went to a grocery store, hoping to run into somebody, right?
To use some pickup lines at the grocery store, I'm so sure.
I'll clean up on aisle. Oh, it's a snake.
Yeah, the spice aisle. Yeah.
Let's go outside with live cam. We had some storms pop up late in the day into the evening last night. Justin, I know you were tracking some of those with one of those apps, and they went severe, didn't they?
One of them did, yeah, dropped some quarter-size hail. But man, the scenes out of San Antonio as you're looking north, the lightning, it was just incredible. Those storms popped up, and they lasted for a few hours. And that did put down some good rainfall. We'll take a look at some of those totals here in just a bit. First, we got to talk about yesterday's high temperature. Hottest day of the year yesterday, 98. Boy, we're getting close to that dreaded, triple-digit mark. Haven't gotten there yet, but some places did down there around Cotulla, Laredo, up above 100 yesterday. I think we're going to be in a pretty similar position today. There's the scene outside. Mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures at 82. Dew point still way up there at 74. And temperatures around the area, 70s in the hill country. A little bit more cloud cover up there. 74 now in Los Maples, 77 Tarpley, but 80s here in Bexar County. Pollen count is in. This surprised both Mike and I, but molds jumped up. 5,320. That a little bit of rain yesterday must have helped. Pigweed is low. And looking at the forecast for today, rain is out of the picture. We're up to 97 this afternoon. Southeasterly winds 10 to 15. But as you know, it'll feel more like 103, 104 potentially with that humidity. More heat on the way. Could even get a little bit hotter. We'll talk more about that in just a few minutes, guys.
Thank you, Justin. Let's take a look right now. This is Highway 90 at 36th Street. No problems to report there. Traffic flowing nicely in both directions.
New this morning, a volleyball athlete is representing the Lone Star State on a major international stage. Jillian Williams is days away from competing at the 2020 Tokyo Summer Paralympic Games with the U.S. national team in sitting volleyball.
Alicia Beretta spoke to Williams, who says she's going for the gold and hopes her story inspires others to embrace their unique abilities.
Volleyball has always been part of Jillian Williams' life.
I played volleyball from 3rd grade, so from when I was 8 till I was 18, I played standing. I played in college at Texas Lutheran University in Seguin.
She finished out the first season of college ball, but never returned to the court due to complications from a pain in her left femur.
In 2016, a semester after my freshman season,
quickly she realized she would have a new team.
There was an amazing doctor in San Antonio that was highly recommended on the chemo side.
Pediatric oncologist Dr. Aaron Sogoski and his team at the Mays Cancer Center at University Hospital in San Antonio fought for Williams during her 24 rounds of chemotherapy.
I felt like my weekly sleepovers with my best friends because they were there, and especially like my night nurses. That tends to be like whenever I would get more anxious about treatment.
At 19 years old, Williams wanted to be sure she could live a good quality life. So she did her research and made a decision.
The way of life that I wanted to live forever was most likely going to be fulfilled with an amputation.
She packed her bags and headed to Houston's MD Anderson to undergo the surgical procedure.
Rotationplasty.
Dr. Valerie Lewis and her team removed the cancer and her left leg, yet helped shape a stronger woman
I got to hike Machu Picchu and Rainbow Mountain with my family and my teammates.
Healthcare professional.
And then I stand for like 12 to 16 hours a day, some days in surgeries.
Sitting volleyball athlete.
So essentially it's the same as standing, except you're sitting on the ground. I still sometimes can't figure out how to move, but I've been playing for like 3 years, 4 years. It's hard. For 13 years, my legs took me everywhere.
And now Paralympian, ready to compete at the highest level in Tokyo.
I pray daily, like for my teams, both San Antonio and my Houston team, because if it wasn't for them and if it wasn't for God, like I wouldn't be here today. And they've pushed me and they've encouraged me and they've allowed me to know that I can do it.
Jillian is constantly asked how she's able to have that bubbly personality that we got to take a glimpse of, even through these tough situations. And she says there were times where she didn't even know if she would wake up the next day, and she's aware that at any moment she could start experiencing pain and have a relapse. So she's just thankful to be alive and, of course, make a difference.
That's a great story. Alicia, how did Jillian decide to becoming a sitting volleyball Paralympian?
So she was actually at the hospital and she received a magazine, and that featured a Paralympian competing at the Paralympic Games Rio in 2016 in sitting volleyball. And that athlete had underwent the same surgery as Jillian. So she reached out, and eventually that athlete, Laura Webster, told her who she needed to get in contact with for the U.S. team. And here we are. Now she's she flies out tomorrow. Friday to Tokyo.
I figured it was coming up soon. It's usually about a week or two after the Summer Olympics end.
Amazing story.
So it's so inspiring, and truly, we talked for so long, Jillian and I, and she is really inspirational. So we wish her the best of luck.
Oh, we do. Go for the gold, Team USA. Right, and Jillian, thank you very much,
Jillian.
Alicia.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks. And time now is 9:09, and it's about 81 degrees.
Thousands of Americans and Afghans stuck in chaos. Later, we'll talk with an expert with a deeper look at what the Taliban takeover means for the rest of the world.
Plus, more mask madness. A look at what sparked this protest next in Morning Headlines. In your morning headlines, more mask chaos at a school board meeting and a violent attack inside a bank caught on camera.
Plus, extreme weather wreaking havoc again across our country. RJ Marquez joins us live here in the studio with these top stories here on GMSA at 9.
Yeah, good morning, guys. And as we've seen here at home, there's a lot of issues going on with the mask mandates, a lot of back and forth, a lot of confusion. That's apparently the case across the country. And let's start right there in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where a school board meeting over, well, you guessed it, mask mandates ended in chaos and confusion. This is the second time this week there have been protests in Baton Rouge, and tensions there remain high this morning. Yeah, the school board cut the meeting short after hundreds of people and many parents packed the hearing room upset about the governor's mask mandate at public schools. At one point, the crowd started chanting "No more mask," and board members actually left the room. They came back but could not regain order and adjourned the meeting. The crowd went outside and continued the back and forth, some for the mandates and others against it.
You will not hurt my children. When you have to comfort a child that's 6 years old crying, wondering why she can't play and eat with the other children that take their masks off to do so, it's not right.
We know they're tired. We know that they want a change. But if we fight each other like this virus will continue. They're not winning. We're not winning. Everybody is losing.
Yeah, so the governor of Louisiana said the mandate is the only reasonable way to keep schools open and safe. The board did not take any action on the mask requirement. Now to New York, where new surveillance video shows a violent attack at a bank. A man taking money out of the ATM, you can see right there, is attacked by another man with a hatchet. So this is a little bit of a disturbing surveillance video here. It shows the 50-year-old man taking money out from inside that Chase Bank. You saw earlier the suspect was just standing there behind the victim. 37-year-old Aaron Garcia is the suspect, and he is just standing before he uses the hatchet. Of course, that surveillance video has been stopped right there. The victim is recovering and in stable condition. Police said no words were exchanged between the two men and no money was taken. And even after the incident, Garcia smashed up all the other ATM machines. Garcia has several previous arrests and a history of mental health. Experts say this is a sign of the system failing and more needs to be done for mental health.
Just shows, the criminal system is not a place that has ever been proven to be good at delivering these kind of services, mental health services or social services.
Police arrested Garcia and charged him with attempted murder and attempted assault. Okay, now to this wild weather we have been seeing across the country from coast to coast. People are facing extreme weather this morning, including wildfires in the west and major flooding on the east. So this has been a record-breaking summer with more than a month left. There are still more than 100 large fires burning across the country, mostly in the west, where drought conditions continue to fuel those raging wildfires. And people in the East Coast dealing with flooding from Tropical Depression Fred. Homes in North Carolina have been destroyed and washed away, and the search continues right now for more than 30 people who are missing after storms there.
We have been searching abandoned vehicles, homes, buildings for survivors, and we'll continue to search.
And you saw that video earlier. Several roads there have been flooded, and that's causing issues for those rescue teams, but they say they will continue to hope and try and find those individuals and help people in that area, and also out there in the West Coast as well. Firefighters doing a lot of work, a lot of people involved in a lot of these rescue operations taking place across the country, guys. Yeah. Pretty tough situation across the country, and it's hard to believe we've seen all this crazy weather this week, and we had our winter storm 6 months ago. I mean, it's just, there's been a lot going on this year.
Agreed.
Yeah.
RJ, thank you very much. We had some strong storms in the area yesterday. I was telling Stephanie on the early edition of GMSA, my house faces north, and there was this weird glow in the sky right around dusk. Turns out just it was one of those, the sun reflecting off one of those towering storms kind of northeast of my location.
Kind of eerie.
It was sort of eerie looking, the colors and then the lightning, you could see it off in the distance, and they went on for a while. And I think part of the reason we had some of these stronger storms, it got hot yesterday. We had a lot of humidity, so there's some energy in the atmosphere. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. You guys were awesome sending in these pictures to KSAT Connect. This is just one of many, but you can see the storm there off in the distance. That was building. We've got another photo here. This is out of Cibolo. You can see the storm in the distance, the anvil. These storms build up and then they get sheared off at the top, and you get these anvil-looking shapes here. And this storm did go severe for a time up around Spring Branch. Put down some quarter-size hail, some pretty strong winds too, and a lot of rain. We've got some of the observed rainfall totals in Spring Branch, from what we can tell, about 3 to 4 inches, but it was a very, very localized area there in northwestern parts of Comal County. They're around Bernie, just to the south of Bernie, 1 to 2 inches there with another little storm that popped up. And then yesterday morning out in Rial County, Edwards and Rial County, about 2 to 3 inches there. So there was some good rain yesterday. It was just very localized, and we certainly didn't see any here in San Antonio, at least not much. Of course, with all the rain and cloud cover, we've had a fairly, I don't want to say cool summer, but below average. And you can see most of July was below average. As we're getting into August, we're starting to trend warmer here. We've had several days now where we've been above average. Yesterday was for sure, as I mentioned, the hottest day of the year yesterday. So we're starting to move into a more typical summer-like pattern, and you can expect these temperatures are going to stay awful warm. 82 right now, south-southeasterly winds at about 10 miles per hour. Feels like 88 thanks to the dew point of 74. Plenty of cloud cover out there right now. Looks like it's trying to fill in a little bit, so we may go cloudy for a couple of hours here, but then the clouds will scatter out and we'll see mostly sunny skies this afternoon. 82 Castroville, 80 in Hondo, 77 Bernie Stage. You're at 80 right now in Seguin, and a lot of cloud cover out west. 73 Rock Springs, 79 right now in Uvalde, and 85 down there in Cotulla, where there is more sun, and your temperatures are going to go up a little quicker. Humidity tracker shows dew points are still fairly high. Even close to 80. Again, when you see 80 on the map with the dew point, that's about as high as it gets around here. So the air is very, very thick. And the forecast heat index today, somewhere around 102, 103, I think, here in San Antonio. Places down to the south will see higher numbers, 106 in Pleasanton, 108 your feels like number in Cotulla. And the heat index doesn't really back off much. We're going to continue to see it above 100. It may come down a little bit over the weekend, but not much. And as we go into next week, still fairly high. So we've got to use some caution if we're going to be outside. Looking at the setup across the country, area of low pressure out west, that's bringing some rain there to the mountains, Rocky Mountains, and then some showers and storms stretching from Oklahoma back into the northeast. This system's departing, moving out. This high pressure you see here is going to move in, and that's why we're thinking we will see some hot temperatures. Meantime, Hurricane Grace moving across the Yucatan Peninsula, moved through Cancun, made landfall around Tulum a little bit earlier this morning. Winds are still at 75 miles per hour, but this is going to weaken a little bit and then probably strengthen back into a Category 1 storm, winds 80 miles per hour by tomorrow afternoon, and then making landfall there between Tampico and Veracruz and bringing some pretty good rain to parts of Mexico. That's going to stay well south of us, as we've been explaining, and high pressure is going to be the big story going forward as it begins to move in and sit right over Texas by early next week. That means some hot temperatures. 96 tomorrow, 95 Saturday, 97 Sunday, but upper 90s Monday, 98, 97 Tuesday. I mean, we're kind of splitting the hairs here between 95, 96, 97, but it does trend up just a little bit, and there's not any rain in that forecast, guys.
Not yet.
Not yet.
We can only hope. Thank you, Justin.
921, about 81 degrees already.
And still ahead on GMSA at 9. Get your pencils and your backpack ready. After the break, we're heading back to school with one of our own KSAT kids.
924, lots of kiddos in the Alamo City area back in class, and more districts are starting next week, including big ol' NISD.
That's right, a big day on Monday. And in this morning's KSAT Kids segment, first grader Anna Foster shows us how to get ready for a successful day at school.
Hi, I'm Anna Foster, and I'm going to show you the best way to get ready for school. The night before and hang them over here, and now let's grab our stuff and put them back in here. Wait, where did my homework go? Really, Bo? My homework? Good. Now it's time to get dressed. Now it's time to get ready. And now let's just get your backpack and you put it on, and now it's time to go get these. It's important to have a healthy breakfast. Don't forget to wash your teeth. Now we're all ready for school. We're KSAT Kids. I'm on Foster Bye.
Have a great year, Anna.
Bye, Anna Foster.
You saw her little brother Jameson in the closet like, hey, get out of here.
Hey, what are you doing here? It's not your back to school day. Good luck, Anna. Have a good year. 926, about 81 degrees.
A lot more ahead on GMSA at 9. As the kids head back to school, one local doctor and educator is working to make sure they know how to properly wash their hands. A look at some of the songs that she wrote and details about her foundation in a live interview.
But next, how is the Taliban impacting the rest of the world? Are we less safe now that they are in power? Answers to those questions from a local expert coming up after this break.
And welcome back. It's 9:30. Over 15,000 Americans are still trying to get out of Afghanistan this morning. Planes full of refugees have been taking off from the Kabul airport, ground zero for chaos and death right now.
So this all could it have been avoided? Many argue President Biden's order for American forces to be withdrawn from Afghanistan happened too fast. Let's bring in an expert on Middle Eastern history, Dr. Susan Siavoshi, professor of Trinity University's Department of Political Science.
Good morning.
Good morning. And first off, why did the Biden administration decide to pull out from Afghanistan?
Well, actually, if you remember, there was Biden was basically following through the decision made by Trump administration in agreement with Taliban. There was an agreement in February 2020, and it was decided that the troops will, American troops will be will get out of Afghanistan by May 2021. So that's one reason. The other reason is that Biden always, even during Obama, he was not in favor of either search or expanding U.S. presence in Afghanistan, because he believed that the strategic goals were not really well articulated, and he was worried about that. So these are really the reasons. But I can say that the writing was on the wall throughout. We spent too much money, but we didn't have much to show for. And if you think about the strategic goals of the United States, let's take security, for example. Afghanistan was never really unified. If you look at the map throughout all these years, there was the presence of Taliban, and not just Taliban, but ISIS and other militant Islamic group in terms of democracy, if you like, and security, internal improvement in Afghanistan. You see that there was poverty, there was corruption, the stability, if you like, or the progress, if you like, were only in major cities. The rest of the country was quite poor. So, as I said, the writings were on the wall. Right. U.S. didn't have much choice but to leave, according to some.
Dr. Siavoshi, are we less safe considering the Taliban's takeover and their dubious connections to groups like Al-Qaeda?
The thing is that we were never really safe because our goals were not sort of realized. But, it's hard to say. I don't have a crystal ball, but I believe that Taliban is a different sort of entity right now. First of all, there is different groups within Taliban. There are pragmatists and there are ideologues. But the major point is that they have learned a lesson that if they sort of try to just go out of the region and attack United States, that our wrath will show itself very strongly. However, what I think is going on right now is that Taliban, for its own sake, would like to see stable Afghanistan to basically stabilize its own power. And if you look at their ideologies, they are not the one who are really looking to attack United States. And therefore, I believe that they have actually engaged in some activity to rein in some of these groups. For example, they assassinated someone like the name of Khorasani, who was one of the leaders of one of the Islamic groups. So I don't know exactly what's going to happen. I think Taliban will be the same in terms of social policies toward women, etc. But I think they would be more tame and try to take care of themselves first, and do not allow necessarily a destabilization that might have dire consequences for themselves.
All right, Dr. Siavoshi, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Oh, you're so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much. Dr. Susan Siavoshi, a professor over at Trinity University, their Department of Political Science.
Taking a look outside with a live cam, things slowly heating up. We are now at 81 degrees.
And we're going to jump right up to the 80s, into the 90s, even upper 90s this afternoon. We know it's going to be another hot day. Yesterday was really toasty. Drought monitor is in, and look, not much changes here. We're still in a pretty good situation here in Texas. Not a good situation out west, but there's still so many fires, and the water table is so low out there, still struggling out west. But as we look at Texas, just 1% of the state is in drought. It's down there in the Big Bend. That's it. So we've got enough rain here where we've beaten back the drought quite a bit. As we look at Medina Lake, 33% full. It is down about a foot since last month, so it still continues to fall a little bit. It could certainly use a little bit more rain. There's not much in the forecast. It's a dry forecast really over the next 7 days or so. Temperature-wise, we're in the 80s already here in San Antonio. More clouds to the north and west. That's keeping temperatures down just a little bit there in the upper 70s. In the forecast, calls for a high right around 97. It'll feel like it's in the low 100s thanks to that thick humidity, guys.
Thank you, Justin. SAISD is taking some action now to hopefully kick off the football season on time.
RJ is back to break down the district's decision to cancel this weekend's scrimmages. RJ?
Yeah, Mark and Stephanie, of course, a lot of excitement, right, over the start of high school football season, volleyball season already underway, but the rise in COVID cases is causing a major concern, and now SAISD taking some of those steps to hopefully make sure that that regular season starts as planned. The district announced it is canceling 7 football scrimmages this week against non-district teams. SAISD schools will still hold scrimmages this weekend, but only against district opponents. District's athletic director, Brian Clancy, told our sports department the reason behind this is to limit the exposure to students from other districts that are not following the same COVID protocols and those procedures that they are following at SAISD. He also said they have every intention to play their scheduled regular season as planned, and that's the case for all sports, so they are taking those extra precautions right now. So here's a little bit more of what SAISD is planning at the moment. The district said that right now, not every student who participates in athletics or extracurriculars is vaccinated against COVID-19. So SAISD is planning vaccine clinics this week and next to give those students that opportunity before the regular season starts for football, and of course to continue the regular volleyball season. The district also announced earlier this week that all staff, including coaches, have to be fully vaccinated before October 15th in order to participate. SAISD has some of the strictest safety protocols around for COVID-19 when it comes to their students who are in athletics and extracurriculars. These protocols include rapid testing prior to games and masking unless involved in a drill or game. So for right now, guys, the 7 scrimmages that were canceled include Brack, Burbank, Edison, Highland, Sam Houston, Lanier, and Young Men's Leadership Academy. Last year, of course, the district started their season much later than a lot of other districts in our area. They actually started it closer to Halloween. And I've been hearing from a lot of parents. They're a little upset because they're saying, well, why'd they wait so long for this to happen? I'm sure that the district never anticipated that we'd see another surge like this. Right. But it seems like they're wanting to do this now just so that they make sure they preserve the regular season.
Well, and to be fair, a lot's evolved in the last week or two even.
Right. Yeah. So I don't think this is something that other districts are thinking about right now, but of course SAISD has always kind of been a little bit more on the safer side when it comes to this.
Okay, fair enough, RJ. And real quick in the sports vein, I read your Spurs blog yesterday. Yeah. Super insightful, very interesting. I want folks to check that out on KSAT.com.
Yeah, it's our Spurs newsletter. We talked a lot about the offseason transformation for the Spurs, a lot of the moves, kind of what it means. Coach Pop, his fiery speech, we'll just call it that. Yes. After Team USA won gold, and some fun stuff with Keldon Johnson. He is not going to take off that gold medal. No. I think maybe till he has to hit the court again.
Wow, I really appreciated it. It's a great piece of work. So
awesome.
Thank you,
RJ.
Thanks a lot,
guys.
Okay, 9:39.
And you're watching GMSA at 9. So a local doctor and educator is sharing songs that she wrote with hopes of helping kids wash their hands correctly. She's going to join us live next. Hi, good morning. It's 9:42. We have some news out of Washington. So police are investigating a report of a possible explosive device in a pickup truck. This is outside the Library of Congress on Capitol Hill. They have evacuated the area around that building, and this is according to the Associated Press.
That's right. This is just coming into our newsroom. Again, breaking news out of Washington, D.C. U.S. Capitol Police say officers are responding to a suspicious vehicle near the Library of Congress. The building is near the Capitol and the U.S. Supreme Court building. Police have also evacuated one of the many House office buildings in that area. It's the Cannon House office building. Congress is on break this week, but of course this incident is being taken very seriously and is developing. Apparently there is a man on the scene. They're trying to decide if this explosive device is operable and whether he has potentially a detonator.
And we'll have more on this later at the news at noon.
Well, we'll keep an eye on it for you right now. It's 9:43. I'm sorry? Okay, right now we've got this.
You ready? Let's wash our hands. Wet your hands, soap your palms, rub them round and round. Between your fingers, back to front, now change it all around.
All right, so that song is part of a big initiative to help kids wash their hands correctly, while the whole thing being headed by a local doctor and educator.
Dr. Sandra Adams wrote these songs. She wears multiple hats. She's the president and founder of the Wipe Diseases Foundation, a professor of medicine at UT Health San Antonio, and a staff physician at the South Texas Veterans Healthcare System. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
Well, Dr. Adams, first, tell us a little bit about the Wipe Diseases Foundation.
We created the Wipe Diseases Foundation as a way to educate people in a fun and exciting way that can actually make changes in their lives. So originally we started with healthcare professionals, and then now we've moved to patients, their caregivers, and then just the general public with things like this hand washing song.
Talk to us about the creation of the songs and why that message is so important right now.
Well, to address the reason that it's so important, we know that germs are everywhere. And it's important with COVID, but it's also important just with all the different types of germs that are out there to properly wash our hands. We know there are three main things for COVID: getting vaccinations, which we know children are too young for, right under the age of 12 right now, masking, which is very, very important, but hand washing is so important to help get rid of the germs. And so when we touch our face, which we should try not to do, then hopefully the germs are less on our hands and can help avoid us getting sick.
And Dr. Adams, do you have any plans for any new songs?
We do. We've actually got 3 versions of this current one. The kids version, we've got a country and Western version for those of you who are, into country music. And then we've got a rap version. In the future, what we'd like to do is develop an animated video that really kind of emphasizes the reason for these children and kids of all ages to wash our hands appropriately, maybe not touch the faucet after you finish, because the germs that were on the faucet on your hands at the beginning are still there. So that's why in the song it talks about turning off the faucet with a paper towel or your elbow. And then the next thing that we'd like to do is a masking song, talking about how to not only properly wear a mask, but why it's so important and why the little bit of discomfort that we have having with the mask on is very minimal compared to being really sick with COVID or one of these other conditions.
All right, Dr. Adams, 2-part final question. Are these songs available for parents and teachers to use, and how can they find these songs?
Absolutely. So you've been showing the website, but they're absolutely available for parents, teachers, kids to use. And the website is up on the screen right now, wipediseases.org/clean-hands. And you can get the 3 versions there. We're going to be making downloadable forms so that you can actually download them, play them on your device. I'd love to have buttons that people can push in like restaurants and things like that so that the songs will play. And then have the poster that you originally showed showing the step-by-step instructions so that we can actually get people to get and keep clean hands.
All right, Dr. Sandra Adams, thank you so much. We know when the kids sing the songs, it helps them remember. So we appreciate you doing this and appreciate you joining us this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, thank you very much. A reminder real quick, if you're just now joining us, we want to mention one more time, we have big breaking news out of the nation's capital. Capitol Police are investigating an active bomb threat right outside the Library of Congress, and they are asking people to avoid the area. Very few other details coming in right now, and if we get a live picture before the end of the newscast, we'll try to pop that up. Otherwise, look for more coming up on the news at noon and online at ksat.com.
But for now, let's go ahead and check in with Justin as things heat up a little bit outside.
And it's kind of hard to wrap your mind around it, guys, but 6 months ago at this time, we were coming out of the big freeze, and it was, we were ready for some warm weather, but not this warm. We've kind of flipped the script here because now temperatures are in the 90s and we're closing in on 100. A couple places did get there yesterday. So let's look at the forecast for today. 97 here in San Antonio. It's going to feel like 103 when you factor in the humidity. Places like Corpus and Houston, really, you'll see that heat index jump up. 108 is what it could feel like in Corpus today. And most of Texas is going to be dealing with some pretty hot weather. Everybody in the 90s. And heat index values will be up close to 100, even up around the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Here is the Futurecast, and one of the reasons we're starting to see some warmer temperatures, ridge high pressure, which right now is anchored off to our east. But it moves towards us, and so by Sunday, Monday, into Tuesday, we should get some pretty warm temperatures with this thing over us. This is that heat high that we typically see during the summer. Bit of good news with this, it's not going to stick around all that long. We think by the middle part of next week, it starts to move west. And we're going to get out from underneath it, and that will help with temperatures some. But we are headed for some pretty hot weather, and dew points yesterday were high enough to where the heat index really did jump up. The dew point's going to try to come down a little bit by the time we get into the daytime highs that are going to be pretty high underneath that ridge. So that will help a little bit, but we're, splitting hairs once again here. It's hot as hot, right? Outside, 83 degrees right now, 82 Stinson, 82 Kelly, 82 at Randolph. Winds are out of the south, anywhere from 10 to 15 miles per hour and gusty, so at least there is a good breeze out there. Some morning clouds working through. Those are already starting to break up a little bit here around San Antonio. 82 Port SA, 82 Stinson. A little bit more cloud coverage get out towards places like Bandera, and temperatures are still in the 70s, Kerrville over to Rock Springs. Dew points extremely high, mid to upper 70s. As I mentioned, these will try to come down a little bit as we get into the weekend and early next week. But in the meantime, we're still going to deal with numbers like this. 102, 103, the forecast heat index here in San Antonio today. 106 to near 110 as you go south of town. Here's the setup. We've got a low pressure out across the Rocky Mountains. Another little system that's exiting. That's what brought us some of the rain, but that's starting to move out now. And as we showed you, high pressure is building in. Meantime, Grace is working across the Yucatan Peninsula. Winds at 65 miles per hour. So now this is a tropical storm, but it may re-strengthen as it moves west into a Category 1 storm and then making landfall somewhere between Veracruz and Tampico there in Mexico. We think Friday evening, somewhere in that range with some very heavy rain as it does. We are moving in towards the peak of hurricane season, by the way. Late August is when we really start to see things ramp up. The peak September 10th. And we're getting close to that. We may start to see more activity out there in the Atlantic. Of course, we'll keep you posted. 96 tomorrow, 95 Saturday, 97 Sunday, 98 Monday. Could be our hottest day with mostly sunny skies and a pretty rain-free forecast there. Maybe a few changes by the end of next week, guys.
We hope so. It's a lot of heat.
It is.
Thank you, Justin.
9:51, about 82 degrees.
We'll be right back. And welcome back. It's 9:55. We're going to take a live look at Washington, where police believe they are investigating a report of a possible explosive device inside a pickup truck outside the Library of Congress on Capitol Hill, and that they have evacuated the area. And you're taking a live look right there.
Yeah, so you see the camera person they had set up, and it would appear that they've been forced a little further down the street. This is a very busy part of Washington, not too far from Capitol Hill and the U.S. Supreme Court. There are a number of federal offices around there, not to mention a number of the Smithsonian museums, shopping areas, and restaurants. You've got workers all about this time of day. It's approaching lunchtime there in Washington. You also have tourists all over the place right now this time of year, the summer season about to wrap up. So again, a very dangerous situation potentially developing there outside the Library of Congress, an active bomb threat. Police have evacuated that area.
Yeah, law enforcement officials said investigators on the scene were working to determine whether the device was an operable explosive and whether the man in the truck was holding a detonator. The officials were not authorized to publicly discuss the matter and, kind of just spoke under anonymity.
All right, we'll keep you updated on this story coming up on the news at noon and online at ksat.com.
Have a good day.